Good morning and welcome to the Elevate Renatus team call. Today is Money Monday. It is April 5th. I hope everyone had a really nice Easter weekend. Good morning and welcome. My name is Keely. I'm your host today. Our quote of the day today is joy is a natural phenomenon. Misery is your creation. We've got our dates for Leaders Retreat. That's coming up in August. We've got the dates for that. That's the 20th through the 24th. Make sure to mark your calendar and do whatever you need to do to make sure that you can be there. The requirements to be at nationals, or excuse me, at Leaders Retreat is 1-star, 3-star, or 5-star. So start building and we will see you in Mexico every Monday. So today at 4 p.m. Mountain Time, we have our Renatus Founders Live. You can catch that on the Renatus Founders Live Facebook page. And that is where we get to connect with our CEO, Bob Snyder, on a weekly basis. We get to hear any important announcements that he may have. He goes over some great recognition, a story of the week, as well as some fantastic training. So much value there. And also you're staying in the loop with what's going on in the company. So it's really important to be there each and every week. If you're not able to make it at 4 p.m., you can always catch the recording or the replay through that same Facebook page. Our national study groups are going on now. They have been going on for a couple of months now, and we are working our way through the essentials courses. This is a great way to get your new essentials students plugged in, get them watching their classes, and then getting more support through the study groups. So this is at 7 p.m. Mountain Time on Mondays. The Renatus Helios app. If you haven't downloaded it yet, make sure you do so. There's a lot of great features there, and they're continually adding more and more features as we go. One of my favorite things about the app is that you are notified whenever a guest is checked into an event so that you know that they're present and checked in and that protection is there. You're also notified whenever you get a commission paid. And then there is a brand new Money Mastery exercise or video uploaded to the app each and every day, and you can actually share those videos with your guests if they download the app as well. So a lot of great features there. Make sure you get that downloaded if you haven't yet and give it 5 stars. So very grateful for our Renatus Team Elevate because we have so much support. So if you're a part of the OES, the optional event subscription, which I'll talk about in just a moment, then you are able to attend a couple of additional supportive events that we have, which one of them is the Private Capital Masterclass. That is every Thursday at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. Dane Clark is the facilitator there. He asks that you, of course, watch your private capital classes so that you have some things to work on when you're there. He helps us start to have those private capital conversations. So this is for AIT students only, and it's every Thursday at 6 p.m. Really, really powerful and valuable class there. And then we have our dream call. That is our daily real estate action mastermind. That is Monday through Friday. So every single day of the week. And that is just for usually about an hour long. We go from 9 a.m. to usually about 10 o'clock. So that's Monday through Friday. And we talk all things real estate investing. And then of course, we're on our marketing call right now. It's Monday through Friday, 8 to 9 Mountain Time. We talk all things marketing, business, mindset, and personal development. And then right after that, we have our dream call where we shift over to more real estate investing. OES.com is where you can learn more about the optional event subscription as well as sign up for the optional event subscription. There's a short video there that Michael put together that talks all about what it is and what comes with it. So there's a lot of value provided with our Renatus Team Elevate, and it is always we're always very grateful if you can support us by joining the OES. We have a profits intro every Tuesday that Scott Rowe offers. So this is a great opportunity if you're looking to introduce your guests to the profits education, get them in front of Scott Rowe on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. You can find this in the Helios calendar. Just type in profits and you'll see that pop up on Tuesdays. Make sure, of course, you register yourself as well as your guests. Every Wednesday, we've got a house tour. This is a very powerful exposure for your guests. They get to see what people are up to in today's market. We get to see all different kinds of acquisition strategies, exit strategies, and so many different courses being put to use in just one deal. So very, very powerful. And plus, you don't have a guest, that's okay, because you're still going to learn a lot from these house tours. But of course, make sure you're building for these each and every week. It's a great way to get your guests introduced to what we are, who we are, and what we do. Every Thursday, we have our Super Bowl of events. We've got lots going on Thursdays. We have our corporate onboarding. That is at 4 p.m. Mountain Time. And then we've got our house tour offered again in Spanish. So on Wednesdays, it's in English, and and in Spanish on Thursdays at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. Also at 7 o'clock, we have our Pillars of Wealth intro presentation. This is a powerful way to get your guests introduced to who we are and what we do. A lot of the time we'll get them to a house tour and then have them follow up with a Pillars of Wealth intro presentation. And then also we have for our students a Velocity Banking study group. This is in English. And then we also have a couple of real estate study groups, multifamily and short-term rental. So this is happening every week on Thursday at 7 p.m. with the exception of the 4 o'clock corporate onboarding class. We do record these morning calls. You can catch them in a couple of places. We're on Facebook Live. Our Facebook page is Renata's Team Elevate. A lot of important announcements there. You get to ask questions, network with the team, share your wins. A lot of great things there. So make sure you're a part of the Renata's Team Elevate Facebook page. And then of course, we're streaming live through that page and you can always catch the replay if you're not able to make these calls live. And our YouTube channel has so much value. There are at least 6-7 years worth of these recordings on that YouTube channel. So tons and tons of value. Make sure you go back and rewatch some of these. And then you can send these over to your new students so they can get plugged in and learn more about the marketing side of this. And then also what you can find on the YouTube channel is 100 Zoom Up interviews. And that is where Michael and Scott Rowe did interviews with different students from across the nation. We learned about why they joined Renatus and what they've been able to accomplish since. And those are really short and sweet. They're only about 15-20 minutes long. So make sure that you are tuning into the Zoom Up calls, catching the replays. There's a whole playlist on the YouTube channel. Today we get to learn from Michael Huggins, but before we bring out Michael, let's shift over to our money mastery exercise. We'll watch the short money mastery video, and then there is a call to action at the end. We'll spend just a couple of minutes jotting down our thoughts on the video that we just watched. So let's shift over to that. Thanks for your patience. Just give me a second here while I connect my phone. Thanks so much for your patience. I am going to try something different, so just one more second.
These guys got rejected by Facebook and Twitter and then made billions. Here is how. Jan Koum was born into a dirt-poor Jewish family that lived in a small rural town outside of Kiev in the Ukraine. His family lived in a home that did not have heat or hot water. When Jan was 16, he and his mother fled the Ukraine and ended up in Mountain View, California, where they sought a life.
All right, so today is Money Monday. We get to learn from Michael Huggins. Michael Huggins has been in this business for over 10 years, and he has so much value and so much experience to share with us. And that is something I love about Michael, is that he is here to help support us and help move us along with our businesses. Before Renatus, he was working 2 jobs. He had done everything right as far as going to school, getting good grades, and going to get a career, but still found himself drowning in student loan debt and very frustrated and very broke. He knew that he needed to make a change. At the time, he was living in his girlfriend's mother's basement and riding his bicycle to work. And it was not even his own bicycle, it was his brother's bicycle. And what he ended up doing was he found out about real estate investing and knew that that was a great way to start to earn income. He found a newspaper ad, and that's how he got introduced to Renatus over 10 years ago. Fast forward to today, now Michael has earned multiple millions of dollars in running this business, and all from just diving in and taking this business very, very seriously, listening to his mentors and watching his classes. He has completed multiple real estate transactions, and we are very, very fortunate to get to learn from Michael this morning. And I am excited to introduce Michael in person today. Good morning, Michael.
Good morning, everybody. Hi, cheers. Where's your coffee?
Cheers.
Cheers. Okay. Amazing. What's up, everybody?
Oh, you're still in Tennessee, yeah?
Yes. I got my partners in crime with me this week, and we're making some big things happen. So glad you're all
Awesome.
here. Thank you. There is some coffee ready in the.
Thanks for bringing it to me.
Yeah, dang it. We were supposed to cheers. I screwed it up. Sorry, guys. Okay, well, that was fun. Making things adjust on the fly. Things are happening, folks. So I want to continue on our conversation that we had from 3 weeks ago. So for those of you, if this is your first time with us, we're going to get you caught up a little bit. And for those of you who were here, this will be a great continuation because we kind of had a little cliffhanger going on. So let me get my iPad charged up here. And what we were talking about while that's getting connected is the 5 F's. We talked about the 5 F's, and that if we really want to have a powerful, powerful life. Well, before we get into that, let's talk about the questions real quick that that Woody just proposed. What profits or what pain can you turn into your profit? So we had Enrique, Jakar, Linda, Eric, Jen, Hiller. Turn this off. The snow, the snow is the setback that Anthony is going to turn into a profit. Okay. All right, cool. Reading some of your folks' answers. So the pain, uh, it, Napoleon Hill talks about that in Think and Grow Rich about turning your setback into a setup, and that you can't get mad at the setbacks. You can either use them or just experience them. And he says, well, you might as well use them. So your pain, my pain, all the pain that we're experiencing in life is usable. And if you look at it as just pain and you don't use it, then, well, that's the amateur way of using pain. There's a professional way of using it also. So it looks like some of you are really getting that message here. Yeah, being stuck, huh? Lessons, not losses. Okay, you guys are getting it. Some of you aren't willing to talk about your pain yet, and so it's hard for people to connect with you because you have a wall up. You don't want to have your pain be poked or touched. You have this wall up, but then that people can sense that you have walls up. So you're trying to go around and be inclusive with your language. You're trying to like include and bring people into a community and get them involved. But your psychology is not inclusive because you keep putting walls up because you're afraid of your pain being poked. And if we switch our pain or our losses into lessons, how can we profit from the pain? Most people don't engage in that kind of thinking. So for you doing that for this few minutes this morning, you're already setting yourself up as someone who is above average. So that's why we think about these questions. Obviously, using our modified technology setup here, right? Casey's or Keely's situation is not mine. So, okay. The 5 F's. What are the 5 F's? This is what we're going to continue on today. The 5 F's.
Family.
Okay, there's one of them. Family.
Faith,
Andres got it. Faith, family, fitness, finance,
fitness,
and fun.
finance, and fun.
Okay, en español.
Familia. Finanzas. Diversión. It doesn't start with F anyway.
Fe, familia,
Finanzas.
salud, finanzas y diversión.
Diversión. That's fun.
Yeah.
A diversion from work.
Yeah, I guess you could say. Diversión is, divertir, to have fun.
Yeah, divert your attention to something else.
Mm-hmm.
There's no word for just fun.
That's it. Divertido.
Divertir.
Okay.
Okay, so now that that's established, this is what we're talking about, folks. Faith, family, fitness, finance, and fun. So most people think that they have a money problem. They show up thinking, I got a money problem. I'm here at Renatus to help me fix my money problem. But really, if we look down at the core of it, you don't have a money problem. You have a power problem. Your power, your ability to control your life and have it go the way you want it to go is not going your way. You've lost control. You've lost power. So giving you more money in that powerless state does not solve the problem, because of the mindset you're in. If you receive that money, then that will also disappear. So how do we clean this up? Let me pull up my screen here. We got to clean this up. So we use the metric of the 5 F's. And what I've talked about before in these past calls is we're using the 5 Fs for, okay, I'll draw it on this one. We're using the 5 Fs to get more power so that we can have more money, spend more time with our family, have an increased capacity for faith, have all those things. If you don't have those things, but you have a bunch of money, you still don't have a life, and that's no fun. Okay, my iPad is just catching up here. There we go. Okay, so in the 5 Fs, we're trying to go for 5 points a day. And we break those points down into half points per metric. So now that I got my iPad in the room, we'll switch over to the whiteboard because I like drawing this stuff. Okay, co-host. Now you can share the screen. Share. Only the host can share. Oh, you're co-host. Now share. There we go. Screen. Start podcast. Did it take over? Let me try that again. Screen. Start broadcast. Broadcasting. There we go. Ho, ho, ho. We're in business now, folks. We're in business now. Faith, family, fitness, finance, and fun. See, all these people say, well, not a lot of people. Some people say all you are is about the money. And Renatus, all you do is talk about the money. You're just about the money, 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 money. Well, not necessarily, because look at our metric here. We're going after all of these. So remember, to do each one, you get a half a point for each of these activities. Point, half a point, half a point, half a point, half a point. Totaling 5 points per day. Okay, 5 points per day. This is the goal. This is how you go from what we call an economic peewee. Right here you are. And you have your obstacle. And this is you now. And this is your obstacle. This is the pain. This is the thing in the way. And you came into Renatus. You bought some training. And obviously, you are smaller than the obstacle. But what is the real problem? Is the real problem that you have a big obstacle or that you are small? What is the real problem?
Small.
The real problem is that you are small. So mistakenly, some people show up to Renatus and they say, well, hey, I'm going to pay you some money and I want you to make my obstacle smaller. Now, if we make your obstacle smaller, well, what does that do to you? That just leaves you small. So we're not interested in making your obstacle smaller. We are interested in making you bigger than whenever obstacle shows up. So this version of you that's out here in the world, that's a big version of you. And so what we're going to continue to do is along the way, there are milestones. There are checkpoints along the way to this bigger, better version of you that's empowered, that doesn't care about obstacles, that looks back at those obstacles and laughs. Ha! So how do we get big? Is it more money? No. not just more money. Because if you don't have these other things on point, if we give you more money, then you could ruin it. It could take you off course. It could it could distract you. If you don't have a solid base, it's just like if you got a bunch of holes in your cup and then I give you a bunch of water. How much water are you going to have? None, because you got holes in your cup. So this is how we plug the holes of life. This is how we bring back integrity into what we're doing. So, in the faith world, everyone is different when it comes to their faith or their processes for faith, but here's how we want to measure it. We want to look at it as, are you meditating? Meditation is a critical part of your development. Let's go into it for a little bit about why meditating, because one thing it does is it calms the nerves and the nervous system. And that nervous system is what's giving you your fight or fight response or freeze. It's giving you there's the sympathetic nervous system, then there's the one in charge, the nervous system, forget what the official name is. But anyway, what we're constantly doing, being bombarded in life about
Parasympathetic.
and deadlines and just all the stress of life, if you don't cleanse it, if you don't get it off of you, the parasympathetic nervous system, there we go, Enrique, thank you. If we don't cleanse that nervous system every day, then those nerves actually build on each other. And then you meet some people and they're just nervous as can be. It's like, well, what the hell are you so nervous about? It could be something minor, but it's been minor for years and it's been building up on and taking a toll on their body, taking a toll on their nervous system, taking a toll on their thinking process. So we calm it, we cleanse it, we cleanse the nervous system. Then when it comes time for more ideas, we can fire on all cylinders. But if you're not meditating, some people are doing it 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day. Some people are doing it an hour, 5 minutes, 60 minutes. I don't care. But you have to do it to get your point. And then what you meditate on, it's up to you. Some people do guided meditations. I prefer that, where someone's helping me visualize my successful future, what I want. But there's just, there's silence, obviously. There's music, where it's just some chill music. There's mantras. Okay. Where you're just repeating something over and over and getting yourself into a certain state. So to get your half a point, you have to meditate. Now the other part about faith is, the other part about faith is what we're going to call your memoirs. Okay, now I did not come up with this, folks. I am just using this. But your memoirs is capturing what's going on. Other people would say journaling. I just like that it starts with an M, like meditation, but whatever. But journaling, capturing what's going on. Not just being a passive observer, but if you got an insight, oh, interesting. Let me think about that. And then capture it down, because how many ideas have just escaped your brain? And you think, oh, that's great. But then you're going to go home and act on it. And then you get home and you're like, what was I thinking about? Or you're in the shower, or all these ideas keep escaping you. You have them and then they escape you. So the key here is to capture them. If you capture ideas on a regular basis from your meditation practices. Now, some people are going to say prayers, meditation also. I would just put the caveat on there that you're doing it through some sort of cleansing of the nervous system, right? You're doing breath work. And so in my limited understanding and practice of praying, it seems like most people are entering entering the prayer process with like out of fear. It seems like they're asking for protection, save me, protect me, give me something. And that's not what meditating is about. Meditating is about setting everything aside. So if you can get into a meditative state while you're praying, sure, go for it. But there's a difference though between meditating and praying. So you can be prayerful while being meditative. But the key here is the cleansing. This is what we want. We want to get our nervous system back in check so that we own it. Because if you don't lower your cortisol levels, what's going to happen? It's going to start to wear away on your adrenaline. You get adrenal fatigue. It starts to eat away at your kidneys more the more you have cortisol running through your veins. So 5 minutes easy, 10 minutes easy. But breath work is a big part of it. I know some people are doing some Wim Hof stuff. How much better do you feel after 5 or 10 minutes of doing some Wim Hof breathing? Okay, so that's how you're going to get your half a point. Then in family, we got person 1 and person 2. Person 1 is going to be your spouse. If you don't have a spouse, get you one. Don't rush into it, but if you don't have a spouse, then person 1 could also be a child, or it could be a brother, a sister, a mom, a dad, someone that you need to be pouring energy into. But person 2 could also be a child. But in the typical American setup, there's a spouse and a child. So person 1 would be the spouse, person 2 would be the child. And what are you doing on a daily basis to tap into them? That's how you're going to get a half a point. So I know that my spouse likes acts of service. If you have not yet, you need to go find out what is your spouse's love language. Okay, because this is more than just having a family barbecue. This family thing with spouse is about having all of everything you want from a relationship. Not just saying I have a loving spouse, but having more intimate conversations, having more sex if that's what you want. Some people are not even close to having the amount of sex they want, and they think the money's going to fix that. Nope, it's making deposits into these relationships. Some of you are so overdrawn from all the withdrawals you got. You don't have overdraft protection. You're done. You've overdrawn the balance. So the key here to get your half a point per day is to be making deposits into the family. Some of you, your love language for your spouse is words. Some of you, your spouse is time. Some of it is gifts. Some of it is acts. And some of it is touch. You will learn which one is the main for your spouse. Go learn about love language. There's a free little quiz you could take online. You just Google it. So, you know how easy it is for me to make deposits into Vanessa now that I know what her love language is. It's incredibly easy. Here I am trying to figure out how to write her poems and serenade her with nice words. But guess what? She doesn't care about the words. So I was getting all wrapped up in how am I going to make, you know what it is for her? It's acts of kindness. So for me, I get way more mileage out of that, out of cleaning the nursery, putting all Benjamin's toys away. That act actually makes a deposit in our relationship. So I actually do it every day. It's for me to do so that I can get the deposit. If she goes and does it, then I got to come up with another way to get the deposit. So let me do it. Okay, and then making deposits in your children. Now, some of you got children that can talk back. I don't, not yet anyway. So are you figuring out a way to every day make deposits into each of them? There's just something about making the deposits that people are neglecting. And they're saying, well, I won't do the deposits because I'm really busy trying to get the money. Well, let's not make justifications like that. Okay, because a well-rounded life is capacity for faith and an incredibly strong family dynamic. So continue to make deposits in person 1 and person 2. We can talk more about this as we continue on this discussion, because I want you to have it all lifestyle, not just some money, because it's not just about the money. Okay, so now we're on to fitness. Fitness is an easy one. Let me just move this down here a little bit. There we go. There we go. Fitness. Number one. Here's what's easy. If you want a half a point in the game we're playing, every day you have to have a green smoothie to get half a point. Okay, every day, not the green drink. I haven't gotten it so time I don't even remember the brand. Like those naked green juices, like at the gas station. Not those. I'm not talking about a green drink. I'm talking about a green smoothie. Or sometimes they'll come in a powdered form, right? Get it from Amazon or whatever. You get the powdered form of a green smoothie, then you just add water, shake it up, good to go. Too many people are wrapped up in this diet, that diet, this diet, that diet. I don't care. I don't care. But here's something I do know is most of you have because of the food that America eats, we're not getting enough cleansing foods again. I guess we're coming back to the cleansing. And so we all got to have green smoothies. Instead of saying cut out sugar or cut out this or cut. I don't care. Eat as many cookies as you feel like eating. Eat the cookies you ate yesterday. Whatever. But add a green smoothie. Green smoothie's got vitamins, minerals. It's got fiber. It's got all kinds of different things that don't come in your food because of the way America is set up. And so here you are in the world of building up, being a CEO of a major corporation. You need your brain functioning at all times. You need to have, and everyone understands that our gut and our brain are completely linked. Okay, there are as many neurons, brain cells in your stomach as a dog's brain. So a dog's brain, think about the intelligence of a dog, what it's able to do and sense and be aware of. That much computing power and processing in a dog's brain is also in your stomach. There's that much brain in there. Some people say that was the first brain of the human. So if you are putting green smoothies into this and you're putting all the vitamins and minerals and fiber and everything you're supposed to have in there, then because these two are linked, when it comes time to make decisions or you need to tap into extra stamina, I mean, how often do people kill a deal and then they go and blame it on being hungry? Oh, I was just hangry. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. I didn't mean to do that, or I couldn't think on time, and blah, blah, blah. And they blame it on their food. And no, you just didn't make your health a priority. Right? You can't blame your lack of self-control on the fact that you didn't eat earlier. That's an amateur move. So adding a green smoothie every day, you get a half a point. Every day. If you don't have a green smoothie that day, no half a point. I'd say half the time we're blending it up. Avocados, mangoes, spinach, a little bit of orange juice. Okay. And then the other half of the time we are, I'm using the powder form. So it just kind of depends on the day. But every day for the last 120 days, I've been having a green smoothie. So get
What
on
brand do you use, Michael?
It's called like Nature's Balance or something. Just make sure that it's organic, right? When you're looking at it, make sure there's no mystery ingredients in there.
Get Vitamineral greens.
Vitamineral. There you go. The Amazon link is below. Just kidding. I'm only an ICM for Renatus. Okay, yeah, but the key is making sure that it's not just that it will make the drink green. It's that it has all the things that are supposed to be in your salad, just in a dehydrated, powderized form. Okay. And this is what's going to add to your health and to your wealth. If you can have a green smoothie every day. Now, move every day. Can I give you guys a simple formula to follow for moving? Because, like, if I'm talking to Billy P, his idea of an exercise and someone else's idea of an exercise are two totally different things. Bill needs to go do something intense for 90 minutes straight. He needs to run up a hill, he needs to play tennis, and then he needs to climb a rock, and then he needs to go skiing. The guy works out a ton. So for him, his movement is going to be a different level than someone else who's just starting today and has totally neglected fitness for the last 5 years. Your level of movement is going to be different. I don't care what it is. But here's a metric for it. Of the 7 days that we have in the week, 1 day is move something heavy. Just move something heavy. Then we have another day. Actually, we have 3 days of moving something moderate. Now, maybe your body is the heavy thing you're moving, and it's push-ups. Maybe the moderate thing would be a brisk walk. Whatever you decide. Okay, so we've used 4 days. 1 day, you're going to do something fast for a short amount of time. And 1 day, you're going to do something slow for a long amount of time. Okie dokie. And then the last one is something you do for fun. So here's our 7 days. 1 day you're doing something heavy. So that's me moving rocks. We're making a landscape. We got this garden thing over here. So instead of using the machine and going and picking up the rocks, I'll go find a big ass rock, one I can barely carry, and then move it to the thing I want. It's tough. There's my heavy thing for the day. Then moderately, I'll move logs. I'll move something else. That's me. I just got a thing. I'm moving stuff. Okay. I know plenty of you just got weights laying around or you got stuff to do. Some of you have not cleaned your garage. You could turn that into something, right? Keep your heart rate up. Then the fast short is a run. Just run your butt off for a few minutes. Get that heart rate up way higher than you thought you were ready for. And then the slow long is it's like an hour-long walk. We're just walking. We're doing it slow, but we're doing it for a long time. And then something for fun. What is the thing you like to do for fun? Okay. So notice I'm not saying a certain kind of exercise. I'm not saying how much of what weight. I'm not saying any of that stuff. 1 moderate or 1 heavy, 3 moderates, 1 fast, 1 slow, 1 fun. Was there a question? No question? Okay. We're going to continue on this amazing journey. Next week, we're going to go down the finance route. Finance and then fun. And then we'll check in about how to become this bigger version of you. This person of you might think is 10 years away. You might be thinking that. But if we start living, has anyone finished the book, The 12-Week Year? Has anyone read that book, The 12-Week Year? Okay. So what they've proven from that methodology is that people are always more productive in the last quarter of something than in the first 3 quarters. So what we do is we're going to trick our brain into thinking that every single 90 days is the last quarter of something. Okay, so if we start to live this challenge, I mean, it's like a quarterly challenge. With this challenge-based lifestyle, and every 90 days is a challenge, is a challenge, is a challenge. What if we could collapse 10 years into 2 years? If we're following the plan, we're hitting all the points, and we're living in this challenge-based lifestyle, what normally would take you 10 years to do, you could do in 2 years. But it's not getting totally obsessed with money. It's about being smart with everything that you have. right? If our ingredients of life are sun, soil, rain, seed, and time, those are the only ingredients we have in life. Is there anything else?
Yes, laugh.
Laughing.
That's rain.
There you go. That's those are clouds laughing with joy, laughing tears of joy. But these are the ingredients that we're making. So I guess, Mary, the laugh would be a byproduct of making sure that you've done all this, because if you don't have any seeds, you're not laughing. Or if you have seeds and no sun, you're also not laughing. If you got seeds and sun and no soil, still no laughing. If you got all this but no rain or no time, you're not laughing. So it's correctly using all of these ingredients can easily put a smile on your face. But if you're neglecting the ingredients, or you're thinking that, or what even more idiotic I see people doing is they blame the ingredients. They blame this stuff for why their life isn't turning out the way it's supposed to. That is just all the way idiotic. So make sure you're not blaming the marketplace. You're not blaming you're not blaming America. You're not blaming the government. You're not blaming Wall Street. You're not blaming the banks. You're not blaming the IRS. You're not blaming real estate organizations. You're not blaming. No blaming. If you blame, you're basically cursing the only thing you have to work with.
What about knowledge? I mean, it's fine to have all those things. If you don't have the knowledge,
you don't need the knowledge. The only knowledge you need is to be aware of the pieces and to not blame them. That's what most people are doing. They're going around saying that
if you don't know
why their life
sucks. If you don't know how to use the seed that you need to plant it, and you don't know to put it in the soil and get the rain, and then the biggest thing is people don't know how to use their time wisely. So
yeah.
you have
so
all
what
the
it is,
ingredients.
It's a misuse of the ingredients. And so if we use them correctly, we can create whatever we want. The obvious way of using them incorrectly is blaming. There's plenty other ways of misusing them as well. But what I'm saying is, if we look at what our pieces are of the ingredients that we have and use them and stop looking for there's no more than this. There's no more to look for, because some people are still wrapped up in blaming this. They think that there must be something else out there that's holding me back from life. But really, it comes down to these things. So we're going to keep getting into it. Next week is going to go a lot smoother with the time use, but I do need to go on to the PAC call. And those of you who are on our OES doing the dream call, it's coming up next. So with that, folks, let's wrap it up. Remember, we're here towards gaining more power in our life, so we can command what we want and it can go the way we want it to go. Anything you are doing unconsciously, you can do consciously. So I'm going to do the work right along with you. So thanks for being here, everyone, and we'll see you on the next episode. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Michael. This is awesome.
Very cool, Michael.